Hello, Internet. How's it going? Today, the battle plan is to play the game, see what features pop out as really. Oh, well, okay. Sorry. It just occurred to me that like pretty much everyone, most people, I think, who are watching the stream right now, hypothetically, would be they'd be watching an advertisement right now. But there are actually like I think there are ways that you can get around that. And also, I always forget the archive. I'm sorry, archive viewers. You're important people. Um, I apologize for forgetting you. So yeah, there. I guess there is a point in talking right now. Sorry. Yeah, the battle plan to run the title, uh, see how it feels, hence the title of the broadcast, and and to refine it based on that evaluation. Um, if if I run low on things to look at, I'm probably gonna do the tap based UI system rather than the drag based UI system, or maybe just general UI improvement because I already, as I like I've talked about before, including yesterday, there are things I know I need to do to the UI system just to make it generally more discoverable how to interact with it. Um, hmm. Maybe if I add the two tap UI controls, then I won't have to solve the thing about how to convey dragability. Um, Maybe two taps will just be like the new paradigm, and I don't intend to cut dragging because that I think works fine, but I guess I could if I wanted to. We'll see. So all right, so I forget if we leave our values like reasonable. No, we left them slightly unreasonable yesterday. Uh, Maybe just that one though. What's spawn time at? Yeah. All right. So if we run the simulation now, it might be quasi-realistic. I might be bouncing up and down. If that's not distracting, I'm standing on a small exercise device, which is what that's about. Um, yeah, look at this game. Look, we have 2 whole points already. 3 points? 3 points! Man, we're doing great. So here we have it. This is our game as it presently exists. Oh look, we got a speed boost. As this is not the first time I've played this game, I will abstain from using it because I know the elite strategy that speed boosts work great on some of the other powers. I guess they would probably work fine on the hero too. There's probably like a terrible bug that occurs if I put the speed boost on the hero because I never do that. So I've never really bothered to check to see that that works correctly. Uh, So we're throwing bombs. Oh, speed boosts. I guess I could just speed boost on bombs. That's really advantageous. It's not as flashy as using it on like dash, for example, but I think it's actually better strategy. Like I think it's actually more effective overall. Um, huh. I know I just redid yesterday. I just redid the bombing system yesterday. Uh, you might have watched. And I'm thinking I might want to not redo it again, but I might want to add one more small change. I think so like yesterday or for a while the targeting system has worked such that like if I put the desk marker down and I hit the bomb button, it'll look for a target near the desk marker or as near to the desk marker as it can get first before choosing a target randomly, which is what it would do otherwise. Um, I'm thinking that I might want to make one small tweak to that, wherein if if the desk marker is within range, even before necessary. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking. Huh. Maybe it won't look for a target within range. Maybe it will literally just center the blast at the desk marker. Um, that way, that way, if there are two targets within range of the dest marker, but the two targets are not within range of each other, you'll still hit both of them. It just occurred to me that if you're trying to hit like a high value target, like one of the mobs carrying an explosive device. Sorry, the ghost cookies are just weirding me out. I should have done that this morning or last night, but sometime that I'm not on stream, I should I should make those into real assets. Or maybe I'll just save that for the end when I have all the icons as well. But pardon. Yeah. So yeah, let's start with that. I mean, it's what we were working on yesterday, so let's keep going with it. So right here, here we are. This is exactly where it happened. So right. So if dest is active, what we're doing now is we're looking in the direction of the dest marker. We might not make it all the way there. Because the bombs have limited range, or the powers that we activate have limited range, so we'll never go as far as the power allows us. In this case, we're using the bomb's range, power range 0. So, right, and so at that point, right now we're just scanning for the nearest target. The thing I was just saying that I think... I might want to refactor this a little bit because it kind of changes... Oh, well, no, I guess I know one thing I could do that would be fairly easy. I might make it so that... Yeah, like, essentially what we want to do is we want to run, like, the actual... instead of just running, like, a scan for the nearest target, we want to actually, essentially, like, run the scan that the explosion for the bomb will run, just to see if it's actually going to hit any targets. Because our fallback is the case where it's just not going to hit any targets. Oh. Actually, I guess technically this scan would also accomplish that, but I guess I don't want to run the scan twice if we don't have to. It just seems better to avoid that. So I'm going to start by going to throw bombs, go to declaration, and I'm going to add in a new argument, and that argument, let me just double check. It'll basically be like preloaded results of scan range multi. All right, so yeah, it'll be an array of ints. So actually, yeah. So I'm gonna have wait. Yeah. I guess right. So let's add a way that we can throw bombs without having to worry about this extra thing. So if we don't have this, well, okay. So now we'll have int array mi's mob indexes, and we'll also optionally I think this is legit. I'll test if this is legit. I'm not 100% that this is legit, but I think we can say throw bomb, pass in pause, and then pass in new. No, I don't think it's gonna like if I pass in just like a new int. They tend not to appreciate. I don't know. Arrays tend to freak out if you don't initialize them. So I don't know. In mis equals new. Oh wait, no wait. I can just go. Yeah, no, new int 1 or 0. Probably. Let's hope. Sorry, I haven't done that recently. I think that that could work. So actually, yeah, now we can skip this, or rather, so in mFX, so these are the mobs that are affected by the blast radius, and now we're actually going to, on the case that mis.length is greater than 0, we're actually just going to use mis instead of running the scan again, because we already ran the scan. Hence the purpose of this. So m effect equals ms, and then if that's not the case, that's when we'll run the scan as we had been running it before. And then we have to go back and change power activation. So write that, and let's close those braces. And now let's go change power activation. So now when we throw a bomb, we can optionally include the targets that we want to hit in the explosion. And so yeah, when we're throwing the bomb, in the case that the destination marker is active, let's instead of just scanning range, let's do a scan range multi to get all the possible targets. So now, yeah, we're still using the same position. We're looking for all the targets, so we'll specify 0 as in no limit. The minimum, there's no minimum range, so 0 minimum range. Maximum range, we're still looking for targets on the ground. Oh, is that a reason to do it otherwise? Because, yeah, we don't... Cool, well, I lied. All of those, everything I just said was lies. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just running the scan twice. I forgot the explosions include mobs that are off of the ground, whereas the looking for a viable target does not include mobs that are already airborne. So yeah. So what do we want to do instead? We want to say if SR equals -1, that's the case where there is no viable target. So we actually want target offset to be the transform position. But in the case that so in the case that we get something other than -1, that means there's at least one viable mob in range. Oh, actually, no, to determine if there's one viable mob in range, we need to, instead of using wait a second. Oh, wait, that's the right, no, okay, sorry, that's the this is the else case? No, if dust is active. I swear, I was just working on this yesterday. Oh, I'm looking at case 1. I'm that smart. All right. So yeah, no. In the case case 0, excuse me. Dust is active. We want to scan range. Oh, oops. I was changing things down there, wasn't I? Today. No, I didn't. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. In the case that we're scanning range, right? So if SR is greater than or equal to 0, right? Okay, so if S is greater than or equal to 0, we've been using the location of that mob, but actually, let's just use dpause. Right. So that's all. So that's cool. That's actually a very simple change. Now that we've parsed out exactly what it is that we want to change. Hey, look at that. Simple changes. And scan. Oh, same thing for scan backup. Because backup scan is the result that we only got a low priority target. And in either case, yeah, in either case, we still want to blast the same area. Actually, if we only got a lower priority target, that means that we actually have a higher chance of hitting a high priority target by extending the range, by offsetting the bomb location to the position of the mob, because we haven't actually scanned through that range. So that's more likely to, oh, yeah, the thing that okay. So that's actually more likely to hit a high priority target. And then the other thing that I remembered and then forgot and then remembered again is I can't use dest range scale for this anymore. I actually have to use like dest range scale was like an arbitrary. It was just like an extra slider value that I was going to use to tune like the balance of how like using the dest marker can technically expand your range, the range of your bomb. So. Yeah, I had been using a separate variable to control that with precision, like unrestrained by what other changes it might make to the game. But let's actually use the bomb explosion radius now, which, if I recall correctly, is no, not explosion force, explosion radius. Those are very similar values, so I don't anticipate this to change much. And it's actually a fairly sensible value to use. So yeah. Oh, and it's even balanced around this change that we just made. So fantastic. And I guess the pro tip now is that if you use the destination marker to hit a low priority target near a high priority target, even if the high priority target is out of range, you can still hit it by like boomeranging, or I don't know, by like using that as like a slight extension. I don't expect that to become material. Who knows though. So yeah, let's see how that works. Did we fix everything? We never use expect mobcap. Is that true? Oh, the bool. Yeah, we got rid of the bool. Yeah, alright, get rid of that. What? Oh, right, we were setting it and then just never using it. Okay. Yeah, we don't have to. Oh, is there something else that we have to initialize though? Not really, not right now. We will need to initialize Team Hero room if we make the change that would make Team Hero room more meaningful to the project, which we have to do at some point anyway. So whatever, might as well. It really does not hurt to do it now. Well, actually, I guess we need now Team Hero room and Team Hero Hero not Hearo room emit, I guess. I feel like that's a better convention. Anyways, I don't know. 11. So yeah, it doesn't really matter that Team Hero room starts as 11 because we're going to actually, how are we spawning mobs? Are we using Team Hero room to spawn mobs? Because if so, we actually should use Team Hero room init, which is further down. Yeah, no, for the loop. Where's the loop? Oh, we're not. So, but we should. Team Hero room init. Save that. Okay, so now we have our initial value for Team Hero room, and we can Team Hero room init, Team Hero room. This is on restart. equals team hero unit. And yeah, again, same thing. So this doesn't actually do anything yet, but I'm fairly certain that we will at some point add I guess that's another thing we can do today. We can add the feature. I would like that feature. I think I would like that feature. I feel like I'd like that feature, so we should probably think about adding it, and maybe think about that today. So we're good to go. Alright. So what did we just do? We changed how bombs work. So, alright, yeah, let's play the game, and so now we have 2 current objectives. We are going to see how bombs work now, see if we like how they work, and we're going to see how the game feels and see what else jumps out at us. So I'm going to bob up and down slightly on this small exercise device I'm standing on, and play the game. Speed boost. Speed seems just my luck. I always start with speed boost, which I guess is actually fine for bombs. So yeah, speed modifiers, speed boosts, reduce the cooldown. If you put them on your hero, they reduce increase your hero's like attack speed, like as if your attack had a cooldown, basically. Cool, the bombs are appearing directly underneath the desk marker. Yay! Hero auto attack is good, especially if you go for like a lot of allies, because like if you go for like if you just crank up your hero and drop like a ton of modifiers on your hero. Oh, look at all these modifiers I have. You board clear really fast, and so I also like strength on bombs. So dash, yay, dash. This is one of our other powers, which you can't use quite as frequently as bombs, but it's kind of more powerful, I think. Yeah, I think it's a lot more powerful. It's more of like a but type button. And it works great with multiplicity. Now you can dash twice. Oh yeah, we changed dash yesterday too. So if dash starts freaking out today, that's something to be aware of, because we made a pretty big change to how dash works. Sorry, it just occurred to me that it'd be cool if dash dashed a shorter distance the first time, but I don't know how to balance that exactly. I guess dashing a short distance initially. I guess that would only become relevant once you have multi-dash. And I guess it could always just make the first dash slightly shorter and the second dash slightly longer. Like it could just kind of like cheat it like that. Because oh no, I'm losing. I really have to bring up the visibility on these ghost cookies, because they're kind of important in gameplay, and they're so much more subtle now. So actually, it probably wouldn't take me super long to do that, so maybe I should just like crank that out real fast. It would be like a slightly boring moment on the stream, because I'd be working on my other computer for a brief moment, but it might be worthwhile, because it's probably going to be a little hard to evaluate like the difficulty curve of gameplay if oh wow, look at all those power-ups, I'm not using it. Multi-dash forever, strength on bombs, range on hero. I always do range on hero, but it's because it's really good. Probably overpowered. I probably have to scale it back a little bit. Speed on dash, dashing forever, range on dash, yeah, heck yeah. Dash. Alright, so I think we're getting power-ups. I think it's pretty clear that we did lose one. We lost 3 whole pips, but I feel like overall we're like, oh wow, we just lost another. Alright. Well, I'm playing a little bit sloppy. The power curve for power-ups might be slightly higher than the difficulty curve of the game right now, though. I think if I was like actually trying, like trying harder, I would I probably wouldn't have lost any pips. I probably would still be at full. I think I might cheat dash in another regard. I think I might cheat dash so that when you activate dash, it adds a slight amount of duration to the bomb timers. It just seems weird that like hypothetically you could dash out of range of a bomb that's about to explode, and then when it catches up with you again, or not a bomb, an explosive device. It's a little confusing. Those blinking things that the mobs are carrying around, I call those explosive devices, whereas the things that the hero throws around, I call those bombs. And then there's I definitely want to make that cheat to dash, because in the case that you dash around but you don't pick up a target, but you stay in range of that target, you can just like have no control over the game field, and at that time, can you bomb while dashing? I forget. Alright, so I have a few ideas for changes now. I'm thinking like maybe while you're dashing, like all countdown stops. Like maybe it'll be like not like I'm not gonna go crazy with like a visual effect for it, but maybe like an implied time dilation. Like maybe you're actually dashing much faster than oh wow, I'm bad at this game. So maybe the difficulty curve is on point. Path 3. This is Path 3. I was just gonna say, if the difficulty is too high, then we'll actually never see Path 3, which would be helpful, because I still have no clue what Path 3 is. I feel like targeting with dash was probably slightly better before we made changes to it yesterday, but it's just easier now. I might go back on that and re-implement the potentially more preferable dash targeting, but do it in a different way, a way that is not as headachy, and a way that's actually more performant. So it involves like a slight duplication of code, which in this case there are like far worse things that could happen. Oh, look at all these power-ups I'm not using. All right, range on bombs, range on hero, blow up things so I don't die, strength on bombs. Oh no, blow up stuff. Blow up stuff. Help. Save me. Path 3. Save us, Path 3. What do you do, Path 3? No, Path 3 does nothing. But, alright. Range on bombs. Speed on bombs. I need a lot of bombs right now. I only have 1 pip left. Help. Help. Alright, so I guess maybe no, I'm kind of creeping into I died. We did it. 3,786 points. Yeah, I was just thinking for dash, we could, instead of like making dash faster, we could maybe even make it slightly slower, add in those tweaks that I was talking about slowing down detonation timers, or like halting detonation timers while dashing, and maybe even adding a slight bit of time to detonation timers while when dash is initiated. And because like I mean, part of the challenge of the game is that like if you don't use your power-ups from the top bar, you're not going to keep up with what's happening on the battlefield. Whereas sorry, something just occurred to me, but I'll talk about it in a second. Wait, what was I gonna say? I was mid-thought. Oh, right, yeah, so the time dilation on dashing could be cool, although, like, time dilating effects, that was, like, the best lead I had for for what PoW 3 might be. I was thinking PoW 3 might slow down time or something like that. So that leaves me even less like space to come up with something for PoW 3. The advantageous thing though is that because you have to be using your modifiers on the top bar. The challenge, I mean, the part of the challenge of the game is that you can't stop using your powers, because if you stop using your powers and stop targeting, then you're gonna get blowed up. So dash, I guess, could be that interim. It could be that that breath, like you hit dash. Well, I guess that's only the case if you stack multi-dash on dash, or multi-dash and range on dash. So maybe that's just one strategy, which could be cool. I'm not 100% on doing that yet, but I at least like the idea enough that I'm gonna jot it down so that I'll think to revisit it at some point. So, oops, that's not right. I meant to go to the backlog. So for hero, let's add a note about time dilation on dash, potentially. Or actually, I'll be more specific. So dash, halt, detonation timers, and adds time. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So, I guess we can restart. Although I don't think we necessarily need to keep playing imminently, because I don't know. The only thing that really stood out to me is that I haven't really balanced the game yet, and I know I haven't balanced the game yet because I haven't added PoW 3 and I haven't added in potions either. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do the thing about time dilation on dash. It's I didn't want to use like time manipulation for PoW 3 anyways, so it just only reinforces the need to actually come up with a PoW 3. And someday I will, question mark? I hope so. Yeah, so oh, hey, where are mobs? I feel like there should be mobs since the game is running. What happened to mobs? Just no mobs? Just none of them? What is up with that? Oh, I'm not reinitializing mob count. Is probably the problem. Yeah. Shot in the dark. Mob count equals 0. Actually, no. Yeah, on restart, right? Okay, that's when mob count equals 0. And I guess I can do it on. I don't have to do it on start because it already initializes to 0. So yeah, let's lose the game real fast just to make sure that worked. So let's set spawn rate to super low, or spawn period to super low so that they spawn really fast, and lose the game, which fortunately involves 0 interaction on my part, so I will just sit here and bounce on the small exercise device I'm standing on. I just feel like it'd be weird if someone tuned in and they saw the bouncing and there was no context for that. I don't know. Anyways, look at, oh god, we're doing so poorly. How are we doing so poorly? Oh. Are we resetting? I bet we're not resetting powers on restart, so that'd be fun. I should probably, so that it's not like New Game Plus. Every game is New Game Plus. I wonder if that's how New Game Plus started, when someone forgot to reinitialize those values on restart. Yay, we lost. Okay, what say you? Look, mobs! Alright, good, so we fixed that. Now let's make the game... let's deactivate New Game Plus as a feature. As fun as New Game Plus will be, I'm sure, when we eventually re-add it the correct way. So what do we want to do kind of a lot. Oh yeah, we want to do kind of a lot. So what? All right, it's all going to be in the POW block. Or specifically, it'll be here. It's these four, not including this one in the middle. Which, like, why are you even there? POW time. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess you're relevant to POW speed, but still, I'm gonna put you below. Yeah. You four guys. You need like reminders of something else. So the ones that we're using places will be when I make them when I change the public name, I'm going to lose all those values anyways. So before I lose all those values, I'm going to take a screenshot of the current values that I have, because like they're not balanced, but they're balanced enough that I don't want to have to redo all of it. Oh, and this doesn't just apply to the powers, this also applies to the hero itself. Alright, so just going to take a screenshot of that real quick. MS Paint is my friend, just so that we can, when we have to reset these in a second. I'm keeping it on screen. It's probably going to be off camera, so I'm not I don't have such a good memory that I'm literally remembering all these values, and I'm just putting it over there for a second. So the POWs and everything will stay the same, but oh, and I mean, you're technically 4. Yeah, you're 4, I guess. No, you know what? I'm gonna make you're gonna be 3s actually, and you're not gonna be public anymore. You're just not gonna be public at all. Which might get slightly irksome for testing. I might need to make them public for testing at some point. At some points, depending on etc., etc. But for now, I'm just going to as such. Right, and you're going to be the 4s. Save that, and then so the change, I mean, we have to change a lot back in the editor, but here we have to look for let's look for POW strength, 4, or is it, how did I do it? No, I did POW strength, POW, yeah, like this thing here. All right, so let's find all instances of you. Just the one instance. All right, that's good. Because it's actually not going to be that anymore. It's going to be init. So in the same place that I'm keeping the strengths themselves, I'm keeping the degree to which those in the same place that I'm keeping the power values, I'm also keeping the degree to which those powers, or the qualities of those powers, increment or decrement when, or otherwise adjusted when a modifier is applied to them. I'm not going to be keeping them literally with those powers, and then be keeping, because the incrementer or decrementer doesn't, or modifier, whatever you want to call it, doesn't actually change over the course of the game. So there's no reason to keep it with the other values that would change. Anyways, so now I guess, well, right now we'll just filter for like dot length to highlight the things that I'm looking for. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be like init, init, a friend of mine would tell me that I shouldn't bother with all of this stuff. I should just make the entire game like a not like a singleton. I should just like not. It would save time on like some of this initialization stuff, and he could be right. All right, slot pow. No, that's normal. Slot avail, slot. Yeah, no, those are all good. Yeah, it's not literally every usage of dot length. Let me. Just gonna. Are there any other? I'm just gonna look for all these. All right, there are two references to those. Well, only one reference to that. All right, yeah. So I think that was the only place that we were using it. All right, so I might be breaking something, and if I am, we will find out shortly. All right, so that's all gonna like go cray. But I have my cheat sheet, so this one goes 111 0.2. This one goes 210.45 0.9. This one goes 343 and 3431, and this one goes 11111. Wait, no, only 4 ones. No, stop. Wrong button. Alright, so save that. And now we're not actually initializing those values, so we should initialize those values. So we'll want to do it at start. No, I guess we can do it at endgame, but also on start. So we're going to do it separately. Void reset power values. Oh yeah, and actually no, reset modifiers we'll call it, because we also have to do it to the hero, as I reminded myself and then promptly forgot. And the allies. We have to do it for the hero and the allies. So fun times. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have reset modifiers, not gonna have any arguments. And we have to actually do something with that, but for just a moment, I'm going to take another screenshot, because as with the other stuff, mobs hit cooldown, mobs strength, mobs range, and mobs speed. Let's remember what these are. So hit cooldown, strength. Alright. Yeah, I'll function print screen. Go over to paint. And drop that. Yeah. If anyone's unclear as to why I'm using Paint and taking screenshots and stuff, it's because if you change the name of a public variable in script, it'll assume that the old one was deleted and that a new one has been created with that name. It doesn't assume that you change the value or change the name of the thing. It doesn't keep track of those things. Alright, so yeah, basically the same thing, except these ones are a little more spread out. So you know what, I'm going to put these a little closer together, because why not? So mobs hit cooldown. No, why did you go so far down? Go back up. Alright, yeah. Mobs what? Mobs hit cooldown. Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Okay. So where are the other ones? Mob strength. I'm just gonna put these together for slight convenience factor. Mob strength. Mob's range. Oh wait, no, yeah, I remember why they were like that. So I'll just yeah, I'll cut these values all together. I'll just, yeah, we'll follow this a similar model to the we'll follow a similar model to how the mobs work. How we just set up the mobs to work, the green mobs to work. Maybe. Yeah. Probably. This probably. I don't know. All right. So yeah, I will. I will move these around. All right. So mobs. Hit cooldown, mob strength. I mean, if I'm gonna rename them, I might as well rename them for consistency now too. Although, hit cooldown is actually a more accurate name than speed. So if I rename them for consistency, that would I'd be making it a slightly worse name, but whatever. Speaking of mob speed, oh yeah, no, they don't correlate exactly. So yeah, okay. Where's mob speed? I feel like it should be like right around here, but no, I guess it's further down. Mobs. Oh yeah, it's below this. Mob speed. Alright, now I'm just being blind. Hold on. Mobs. There it is. And where were the other ones? Wait, in range higher than that. Mobs hit cooldown. Oh man, my eyes bleary. There it is. I don't know why that was so hard. Speed. Range. Oh, I just glossed over range. Maybe that's why it seemed weird. Right. Right. So, yeah. Alright, so those already are 3s, but they don't have to be public anymore. Right, so when the game restarts, we have to, or we certainly should set the values back to their starting values. So to do that, we're going to use these values here. And my friend would give me a stern look for setting it up this way, and honestly, I'd agree with him. I've always the same view as his, but for some reason, I came about this from a very simple approach. This game was actually going to be like really small. I mean, it is a small title, but it was going to be like I was planning on finishing it in like a week. So it's not going to be nearly as there's not going to be nearly like half of this that we see here. All right, so okay, yeah, this will be slightly funny because hero speed scale. Yeah, I'll do this first. All right, so because the fourth values in this case, or element 3 in this case, it used to stay in like separate values. So wait, no, hit cooldown speed scale. How am I using speed scale? Speed scale was hanging out with hit cooldown, but it sounds more like what I'm using for speed. So like, there's another reason that I should be doing this anyway. So hero speed scale. Yeah, I'm using it for hit cooldown. Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Okay, yeah, all right. I still don't like it. And actually, I'm not going to be using that anymore. I'm going to be mobs hit cooldown init mobs hit cooldown init dot length -1. Actually, I could set those up better. Also, Uh, mm, I don't know. I could, I could set it up quasi better. I could set it up in a way that is different and would be cleaner here, but would be more precarious in other regards. So I'm not gonna speed ink. What was the other one? Speed scale and speed ink. Yeah. Naming conventions. But yeah, let's go to the declaration of this. Actually, wait. Well, no. Let's go to. Let's go back to. Oh no, yeah, we're not using it anymore. So wait, let's go to str inc. Inc. Okay, yeah. So it's okay. So it's strength inc. Yeah, there are a few of these. So. Oh. But yeah, I think they apply consistently because strength has strength inc, speed has speed inc, range has range inc, and speed again has speed inc. So there's only 3. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, one of them doesn't actually need this. Did I get perception caught up in this? Range? No, I forget. Speed? No. Oh, yeah, one of them doesn't need this, but whatever, I'll figure that out as we go. So strength, hero strength increase, or whatever. Strength, so this element 3 of this one is going to be the strength increase. So for range, hero range increase, which is probably going to be a weird place. Right. Oh, well, it was only one. Right, so element 3 will be that. And then speed increase. Did I do speed increase? Speed. No, I didn't. Speed increase. Alright, so yeah, no. Oh, wait. Yay. Right, speed. Oh, speed. Right, that was the confusing part. Because speed scale actually applied to hit cooldown, and speed increase actually applies to speed in it. And where is speed increase? It's probably someplace weird. Speed increase. Here we go. Alright. Yep. Was confusing. Will be slightly less confusing. Still need to iron out that confusingness. Actually, yeah. So, in the interest of reducing confusion as much as possible, let's start excising these things. Because we know we don't need these anymore. And then the other one was speed increase, hero range increase, and hero speed increase. Yeah. Alright, so save that. Well, actually, we should fix the errors before we save it. Because, yeah, now strength increase will actually be mobs. Oh, and the naming's still not... Oh, is the naming consistent? Okay, I did change it to mob strength. Yeah, I think this is actually how I found out that when you rename public variables, that they lose all their values. So yeah, kind of like what we're doing down here, we're gonna go with the length, although not the length of hit cooldown in it, but the length of strength in it. str. Oh, and also, yeah, in it. Do this for, okay. Yeah, I guess I never made, these values apply to, so yeah, the reason that there are 2 of them for each one is that the amount a modifier affects your hero, whenever you apply a modifier to your hero, it also affects all of your allies. Excuse me, just falling over, standing still. Don't mind me. So the modifiers apply to both the hero stats and your ally stats, but they don't apply exactly the same. Like you get your allies are slightly less affected, and I guess I should probably make this a public variable so that I could tune it. Yeah, I guess I could do that now. Yeah, why not? Oh. the op. It's gonna be organizationally. It's gonna be a bit weird, but whatever. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna have what with all these other things that we're adding in. We're also gonna have now flow, ally, mod scale equals new float 4, but this 4 is going to mean a different thing than these other 4s, so that's cool. Whereas these 4s refer to the 3 mob types and then the incrementer, this 4 actually refers to the fact that there are 4 of these. But I should make these. I should put these in the same order as because I tend to think of the. Oh no, they don't apply the same way, so I can't necessarily think of them as the same order. I kind of can though. It's what is it? It's like strength, speed. Yeah, errors. Strength, speed, range, multiplicity. I'll I'll do a similar sort of ordering. Strength is on top, essentially. I think that'll be organizationally similar enough that I'll remember it. Alright, so oh right, we still have tons of errors. So yeah, I won't actually start converting these over yet, just because I'll want to remember what they were. Because I have to clear out the errors first so that I can actually look at the editor. So here, speed increase is now mobs speed init index mobs. I can type mob speed init dot length -1. And so, yeah, for allies, the speed, which in this case means movement speed, scales consistently between allies and the hero, so that the allies can keep up with the hero, which is actually not always the case, because when you dash, your allies don't come with you, so they have to scurry along. So we make the same changes to range. Oh yeah, and mobs don't actually have perception, so they use the hero's perception, which was a change that I made at some point, which I'm actually quite happy with, so I can get rid of previous references to mob's perception. Actually, only the hero has perception now, so I could just... This doesn't have to be an array anymore. It could just be hero perception. Anyways, and then speed inc, yeah. So mobs speed init mobs speed. We're almost done with this super fun adjustment that we made for not a particular reason. The last step is these ally modifier values. I think if I save it, I think we got rid of the errors now. So that, yep, the editor will actually reload, and we can see the... Oh, we didn't make it public. I like how whenever I accomplish something, but whenever time we make a mistake, we made a mistake. We're complicit in this. No, I apologize. I made a mistake. I'm a silly person. Ally mod scale is public. And specifically, ally mod scale is... let's find all references to this. all references to this, I said. Right, so strength, what's the order again? Strength, speed, strength, attack speed, range, movement speed. So the strength is going to be, strength for the ally mod scale is going to be that value. I guess we don't need the F out here. We can get the F out. Sorry, I apologize. And for this, it's actually just 1. Thank you, Mint. Okay. Although, actually, yeah, right now it's the attack speed modifier is 1, but we can still account for it, and I'll add that in just a moment. So the range modifier is 0.5 or 0.75, and then the last one, move speed, is also 1. Right, yeah, as demonstrated here as well. Okay. So yeah, now that we have outside control, so that we can tune it without having to pour over our code. Let's plug that in so that it works as we have enabled it to work. All right, so this is ally mod scale element 0. This is ally mod scale element 1. Although it's just 1, so like adding it or not adding it doesn't make a difference yet. Speed. This one I basically don't even have to bother with. Yeah, that one I don't think I'm actually even going to bother with, because that one I really can't imagine myself ever changing that. Because why would I ever want the allies to be unable to keep up with the hero? If anything, I'd want them to move faster than the hero. I'd want them to rubber band so that if the hero gets too far away, that they keep up even better. So yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with that one. And so then this is number 3. Or no, number 2, right. It's the third one, and it's index 2. So what is this 2F thing about? Oh, perception. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Perception's weird. And again, it's 1 value. We don't have to modify the, or we don't have to scale the ally modifier differently than the hero version. So yeah, I'm gonna bump this down to 3 because we actually don't need the 4th value. Save that. Save this in case I hadn't already. And oh, now I have to finish plugging the values back in. I hope I still have my screenshot. Oh yeah, I changed the order too. So, alright, this one goes 0.12, 0.12, 0.09, and then 0. Right, because the mobs don't actually paunch. So actually I could reduce this down to having 3 elements, and having size 3, and change the element 2. I don't I don't feel like doing that right now. And I could do that with mob's hit cooldown too, but again, I don't feel like doing that right now. Sorry. Alright, we're almost 100% done with that super meaningful change that we were making. Range goes 1.75, 1.5, 1.5, and then speed. Speed does matter. Mobs do have speed, so they've got that going for them. Although I guess in this case, like, again, I don't really need to have ally speed, because ally speed tends to be the same as hero speed. But again, that could change hypothetically. Not going to worry about it right now. So save project, save everything, because I don't want to have to do that again. Everything except for that MS Paint thing that we just got rid of. Okay. So, did we actually change what we wanted to change, or did we? Oh no, we haven't yet. Right now, no. Now we are set up to to affect the change that sent us on this to begin with. So yeah. Where did we put our reset things? It's right near. Oh, it's up near the top, and we should actually move it once we make it, because this is a weird place for it. And we should also move restart game and end game. But whatever. Reset modifiers. So for int I equals 0, I less than. I guess it doesn't matter what order we do it in. Hold on, I'm just gonna. I'm like addicted to screenshots right now for some reason. They're just really helpful, is all. They're helpful for remembering stuff. It makes data entry, which is basically what I'm doing right now. Like, this is not conceptually difficult. I'm not using my brain power right now. I'm basically just punching in numbers. But I mean, it's not all logic puzzles. Sometimes it's about like labor. I really can't use the word labor to describe what I'm doing, but hopefully you get what I mean. All right, so let's first do. I'm temporarily covering up chat, so I'll check chat again in a second. Oh, I guess I can kind of see it on my other screen. Sorry, if you say something, I'll get back to you in just a second. So mobs strength init, or actually no, not init. Mob strength dot length I plus plus. What are we going to do? We're going to say mobs strength I equals mobs strength init I, because it's getting reset. So it's going back to where it started. So no matter how we modify it over the course of the game, it's going to start when we reset modifiers, which we'll do on start. Kind of. No, there's a point to doing that. Yeah, we have to do that now, actually, now that we've set things up this way. And also, when the game restarts, we'll reset all of our modifiers appropriately. All right, so we're doing that for mob strength. We're doing that for mob's hit cooldown. We're doing that for, hold on, we're doing it for 8 things, so 3, whoops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I should have just made this whole thing a grand multi-dimensional array. Alright, so strength, I should, whatever. So the third one will be range. This block of text is hypnotizing. Alright, range, and then what comes after range? Speed. And then, so those are for our mobs? Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, those are for our mobs. And then, so now we do powers. Did we do that correctly? Again, this block of text is mesmerizing. If there's a typo in here, it's going to be invisible to me. My eyes just cannot parse this. It's impenetrable. Okay, anyways. This one should be equally hypnotizing, because this one is pow underscore str. They're all going to be the same length in characters, so it's going to be like hyper consistent. Actually, I'm gonna reuse copy and paste again once I set up pow str pow str. Alright, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and that feels quicker than typing all this stuff out again, because here we can just we can just replace a few characters. So strength, speed, range, and multiplicity. MLT, oh my god, we're almost there. We've almost done it. We've almost completely set it up so that we'll iterate over all of our or all of our adjusted values, and reset our modifiers accordingly. So we'll do this on start, and we'll do this on restart. Or no, I guess we can do this on endgame. Not that there's a huge difference, but why wait? Oop. So yeah, so the difference between New Game Plus, New Game and New Game Plus now is this line right here. So if we ever want to implement New Game Plus, we just have to put an if case, or like some conditional case around that, and boom, good to go. Alright, so so it's up now. Alright, yeah, that was something that we had to do, something that occurred to us from playing the game, and something that we have now fixed. So what did we have anything else lined up after that? Like, I know that was like that was the big one, but did anything else stand out? Why were we ending the game and restarting the game? Oh yeah, because we had that thing about mobs not respawning, and then it occurred to us about New Game Plus. So I think we can set the game back to, yeah, I just like Mint Arcade mentioned, we all make mistakes, so I'm just gonna run the game for a bit to see if I haven't introduced interesting new mistakes, or if all of those changes I executed them as I expected to, or as I intended to. So yeah, some of them I guess I'll probably want to make a lot of those values public just so I can look at them to make sure they're reciting the same, because some of them are actually really subtle the way they affect the game, so it might be hard to tell just from sight. Actually, some of them will be really obvious though, so I am going to flood the board, just rush the test case, put down the spawn time, and just for the simplest case, we'll just make sure multiplicity resets, because that one's fairly easy to tell. Specifically, it's easy to tell on dash, so look at all this multiplicity we're adding. Uh-oh. Yeah, so there's an example of us not having, or me not having done that correctly. Oh. Wait, what? UI at? Slot pow UI at pow mult. At slot 2? Or slot... What? It's saying we're going out of range. I mean, I assume it has to be pow mult, because that's the one we just changed. Oh. Oh, right. Yeah. No, I just failed it. Failed at updating. these things. I forgot to add the init prefix or suffix. Oops. I remembered it. I remembered it for the index, just not for the outdex. No, just not for the name of the variable itself. All right, so that's an example of something that we did an error that I introduced. So how about now? Dash? What do you think? Multi-dash? Oops, I just missed. That was just me missing. Still works. Multi-dash. What? Alright. So that's probably going to be another example of something that I did wrong. And yeah, I'm going to make these things public so I can see what's up. I'm pretty good at typing, but I make enough typos that this stuff gets it can get out of hand. So that's for the powers, and then for the Alright, so yeah, the things that looked weird was that, or the thing that seemed odd just then is that, what? Oh, right, no, because we're not running this. So as soon as we run it, it should initialize. Good, and it does that. All right, bombs. So yeah, bomb. If we add strength to bombs, we should see the element increase, and it did increase. Look at that, it went up to 1.2. So that seemed to work. But for some reason, multiplicity on dash didn't work. So multiplicity on dash is down towards the bottom of the screen, and it does go up to 2. Oh, and it did work that time. What? What if I put it up to 3? And it still works. What? Alright. I don't know. Every now and again I'll make a change in monodevelop, and I'll go back to Unity, and I'll see an error, as if I hadn't made the change that I just made. And then I'll just do something arbitrary, like I'll start trying to fix it, and then I'll go back to Unity and it'll just automatically be fixed already. I think sometimes it doesn't refresh 100%, so if you're ever working with it, watch out for that, I guess. I don't know. Just like, if things get magically fixed, sometimes that seems actually to be the case. Like, it's happened at least like half a dozen times, so it's just a curious aspect. Alright, so yeah, we didn't actually modify our values that time. Alright, so let's modify values. Bomb, multiply, strength, dash, multiply, strength, hero, multiply, range, multiply. Oh, I guess multiply doesn't actually do anything on a hero. Speed, multiplicity, strength, speed, multiplicity, path 3. Yeah, let's do path 3 as well. Why not? Super useful. So useful, that path 3. Oh, it's taking longer to lose because I souped up the hero and gave him a bunch of allies. Well. Alright, so yeah, before the game ends, let's just check that our values are discrepant. This is going to be big. I probably should have interleaved these so that they're easier to compare against each other. But yeah, multiplicity is easy because it should be all 1s, but instead it's like 3s and 2s and stuff. Range is like, oh, I gotta work fast because it doesn't. It happens at the end of the game. It doesn't happen at the restart of the game. So yeah, these values all look weirder than these values up here. To put it in simple terms. So right once this last explosion goes off, we should see them all reset. Hopefully. Look at that. All back to nice clean values that match the values up above. So that was for the powers. We didn't actually look at the hero that time. So now let's do the same thing for the hero. And I should really interleave those so that they're easier to compare individually, probably. Because for tuning purposes, that'll... I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. So now let's do same thing. And this is going to take a while. Mult actually doesn't matter. Speed. Oh yeah, so I won't use mult on the hero because that just wastes time. Speed, range, speed, strength. Alright, so now all of his values are slightly modified. And now we just watch the game end. Oh yeah, and we can look to see that that's the case. So now we're not looking at the whole array, we're just actually looking at the first two elements of these arrays. And so for mobs speed, for example, it starts as 3 and 3, but down here we have like 3.6 and 3.6. For range, it starts at 1.75 and 1.5, but down here we have 2.75 and 2.25, etc., etc. Oh yeah. We had to soup up the hero a little bit just to get these values to change, so it's going to take slightly longer to end the game. Oh, I guess I can decrease the detonation timer down to 5. So, alright. Well, actually it probably won't make a huge difference because that doesn't actually change these ones that have already spawned. It'll only change the next ones to spawn. Anyways, we're almost there. And yeah, let's look at these values here and make sure that they reset accordingly. Yeah, looks like it. There's all, like right at the end there, they all just like popped. And so speed is back to 3 and 3, 1.75 and 1.5, etc., etc. Yeah, alright, good. Alright, so it looks like we did forget that one thing about adding the underscore init, and then the other error I think was not actually an error. I think it was just that thing where Unity doesn't refresh 100%. I like Unity a lot. It's really fun to develop in. There is one or two things though, that being one of them. Just something to keep in mind when you're developing with it. Just a caveat of the system. So, well, oh yeah, so now I was just going to check out the simulation, I guess. Let's take another look. See how, this is the theme of the day. How does the game feel? Actually, just for fun, hold on. Oh, why is that in free aspect? Oh, because we were building for Android the other day. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna do something. And actually to do it, I'm gonna switch over to, I think I'm gonna cut out my, cut out the screen view. Or no, I don't have to do that yet. Okay, build settings, yeah. Web player, build and run. I'm actually gonna call this P2, just because I like looking back at P1. I mean, these are kind of lies, because like P1 wasn't actually P1. I need a different build naming convention anyway, so I won't worry about that right now. But yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna put a build online so that the viewers at home can what? Why are you not working? I give thee permission. Yeah, because today's is supposed to be about game feel, so... Oh, yeah, I should... I should make the values not out of control first. Specifically, let's set the... Oh, where am I? The side view, since I rearranged it, it looks different, so... I'm losing track of like where I'm going. This one's usually 3, and this one's usually 15. I actually felt it was a little low. So I'm actually I haven't tried playing it at 18, but I'm gonna see how it feels at 18, I guess. So, whoops, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go right for 20. No, because it felt fast, but then also I lost the game, so maybe 15's fine. I feel like 15's probably too low. The game might be too easy with this at 15. And actually, I have to change completely how these spawn altogether. So there's no huge point in fretting. I just yeah, I'm gonna put a build online, and I just want to make sure the build that's online is at least reasonable in terms of like what I think to expect from the game ultimately. And all right, so this is probably gonna work. It's interactive. I can press buttons. Eventually, something will spawn up here. Multiply. Yeah, look, you got an ally. Oh yeah, if I hadn't mentioned it, the way you get allies is that you multiply your hero. Yeah. Alright, so this seems like it'll probably work. Bombs, do they work? Yeah, look at that, bombs and everything. Little smoke clouds too that we added yesterday. Alright, yeah, that seems like it worked. I'm gonna switch over to FaceTime, like super face mode. So much face. Okay, I'm just gonna do this really quickly while I put the build online, and then I'll switch back to to screen view. So, hey, unfortunately my face is not going to be more interesting than usual right now. It's only going to take up more screen real estate. Same face that I usually have. Sorry, I'm smiling like a goon, I'm sure. But alright, the good news is that this is not going to take long. This is not going to take long at all. It's actually taking slightly longer than it usually takes. But other than that, alright, so yeah, why is it going slow today? I don't know. Alright, was it C projects? Hero, go to hero, build. Oh, it needs to update. Alright, well, you can update later. Sorry. Oh, and I need to copy over quick start. And I need to. Wow, yeah, no, seriously. Maybe it's because I'm streaming at the same time, and I haven't actually tried that before. But yeah, it's just running really slow for some reason. But again, it's not going to take that long. It's just, I don't know. The interface is just like a little laggy that I'm working with. We're almost there. P2, copy this here, rename this, build, and then, yeah, I think. Oh yeah, no, I didn't have a. Oh right, so create directory, P1. And then almost there. One more new directory, P2. We'll put it here as well. Alright, I think we're almost done. Come on. Yeah, we could be done. So since we could be done, I'm going to switch back to screen view so we can see what's happening. Alright, so what I just did was to put on my website the build. It's not going to be linked from the website, but if you type in /hero, it'll take you to. This might be an old build because sometimes it caches like old builds. And oh no, it's the new build. Alright, yeah, so srsly.bz/hero. I mean, I'm not going to constantly upload new builds throughout the day, but I might do some more later. For now, this is the project that we have so far. So the reason I put that up is that I'm going to be looking at the game right now. I'm going to be playing through it, and I'm going to be seeing like how does it feel to me? Like what am I thinking as I'm playing the game, and like all these assumptions that I've made, like setting up the project, like what is it actually like? Does the game actually live up to those assumptions that I made, and is it proving to be correct? Yeah, I was thinking I should like put the link not just in chat but like under the broadcast, but I can do that later. So yeah, game feel. Game feel. The squishiest of the development processes. Oh, I know what I can do. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'm just gonna add a text element. It's gonna be like just whatever, I can name it whatever. This morning's build playable at srsly.bz/hero. Let's just move you so hopefully that's not too distracting. If it is, I can get rid of it. But yeah, just so people. Anyways, yeah. So right, game feel is what I was talking about. Playing the game, seeing how the game plays. Speed on hero. I've said it before, but I don't really. Well, all right, I'm gonna try it. See how that goes. He should have much higher clear power if he has high speed. So I'm probably gonna use a lot of the multipliers on him as well, because with a lot of allies and very high speed, like they're gonna like clear cut super fast. Strength I'll still put on bombs, just because I'm gonna probably put a lot of range on all right, no. I can't reach nearly that far. Probably gonna put a lot of range on the hero as well. Multiplicity on the hero. Oh no! Right, yeah. Sometimes mobs go flying away up into the air, and at first I was like, did I screw up the power multipliers or power modifiers on some of those things? But actually, the reason those ones are going especially high is because I'm activating the bomb right as they're getting into range, and they're probably also getting auto attacked by either the hero or one of the allies at the same time. And knockback is definitely additive. Actually, it's even more than additive, I think, because of how gravity works. Like, it's not like if you get the same force applied twice, you don't go twice as high. You go. I don't know if that's like physically sound, but that's how it works. Like, I don't know if that's how physics. That's probably not how physics work in real life. But whatever. It makes it like some of the explosions cartoonishly large when they overlap. So I'm not using my abilities. Alright, so clearly this is an effective strategy because I'm not having much difficulty clear cutting, although the game is still relatively young. The pace of the game is really slow. I tend to do that. I tend to start games with excessively slow pacing so that like every part of the curve is easier to like grip. Like you can really like the game doesn't like flit by so fast that you miss like the curve. I guess I don't know. I find that helpful just for how I kind of like analyze what I've done. Although I guess it does kind of work against the ultimate goal because I'm using values that I know will be non-final. I might want to look into a less obtrusive dest marker. Just that, like, it's so big that, like, originally I made it big when it was going to be used primarily for movement because I wanted to make sure that even when it was off in the distance that you could still tell what was up. Ooh, I've not been using my power-ups. Sorry. what was I? Oh yeah. Oh no, I lost one somewhere along the way. Anyways, yeah, I like with my previous project, or with my first project, Grav, like it was so slow at first, and a lot of the early feedback I got was that I had to make it faster. um, oh wow, bombs are really strong right now. I'm really strong right now too. I'm like a clear-cutting force with this army of dudes backing me up. So one thing that I knew to be would be the case, and I remind myself of now and then, haven't reminded myself of it in a while though, is that I want the detonation timers to get shorter as the game runs long. Because like, I don't know, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have made all my projects like quarter eaters. Like I guess it's a little late to be thinking about that, but basically like in maybe it's not too late for this project. Like Grav is definitely the type of game that was like I specifically made it in like an arcade style, uh like the arcade classics wherein the monetization strategy was basically like to kill the player after like X, just basically like ramp up the difficulty such that eventually the player will have lost their quarter and will have to spend a new quarter in order to continue playing. In this case, it's not. I'm not literally monetizing. I'm not literally planning on putting that game in arcade cabinets. I was basically just implementing that. What's become kind of like a trope of video games at this point. But I'm still not using my modifiers. I'm guessing that's partly because the art is so awful. Like I'm literally like averse to those icons, quote unquote icons, and so I tend to like focus on the game world. Not that the game world's like magnificent or anything. It's just less bland. So right. Oh yeah. So range on auto attack. Speed on auto attack, sure. Range on auto attack. Oh man, I'm power 3. Yay, it's power 3. Quick power 3. Range on auto attack, speed on auto attack. I wonder if I can probably we're probably just gonna literally clear cut because I've stacked so many multipliers on the yeah. Look at those guys go, boom, just mowing them down, just yeah. So, you might conclude from seeing this that this game is not fully balanced yet. Some of the things oh yeah, the thing that we just did about the modifiers and everything. One of the things that I know I need to do to avoid situations like this is add in some layer of diminishing returns or maximal values or something, just something that we never get to this state, because this is not something I would describe as a fun game. So I could add in a different mob type. Like the way it is currently, you might have noticed the mobs carry like these ghost coins. They're not supposed to be ghost coins. I haven't fixed the transparency on them yet. The mobs carry the ghost coins. They start with the ghost coins, and they carry the coins to the hero. Some of them are carrying explosive coins, though, and the ones carrying explosive coins, when they get to the hero, if they stay in range of the hero, they'll eventually detonate. First, they'll start to blink, and then the blinking will get faster and faster, and then they'll explode, and that's kind of like the lose condition. Is if you it happened once in this game. This number starts at 9, and it ticks down to 0, and when it gets to 0, that's basically the end of the game. The other thing that happens with mobs is that if they get knocked off the top of the screen, you can kind of see it happening here. When mobs get knocked especially high, they'll just disappear, and they're actually leaving the simulation, and a new mob is spawning in its place. So Yeah, so like what oh yeah, so there's actually like a health system. I haven't visualized it yet. So that's actually another thing I can do. And I'm probably not going to do it right now, so I'm going to write a note to myself to remind myself to do it later. Visualize health in color. So so what the health system is for the mobs, and what like it's not obvious right now, but what's actually happening is that each time knockback is applied to a mob, that affects the mob's health, and the more knockback that gets applied to the mob, the more susceptible the mob becomes to knockback, and so eventually, like it's hard to do at the start of the game because for one thing, none of your abilities are very powerful, and the mobs are all at full health, or the mobs, no knockback has been applied to the mobs yet. But so the first time you like, let's say you use like bombs or something on a mob, the first time you do so, the mob will go like so high in the air. If you use bombs again on the same mob, it'll go higher into the air, even though the strength of the bombs have not increased. It'll just naturally fly higher, and so in that way you eventually knock mobs completely out of simulation. So the coin system, the coins, like I added those in because I wanted health to be on a longer scale. So I wanted to give the player something to do in the meantime while health values were not changing very rapidly, and when like nothing was very powerful. And then yeah, the explosive cookies were added in, using that system, like kind of just leveraging in, like kind of like slotting in as a replacement for some of those. So I don't know why I'm running the simulation, just grim fascination, I guess. Um, Sorry, I'm just gonna change the text real quick, because uh, this game is definitely pre-alpha. And I'm not going to use the term playable. Yeah. Sorry. Just looking at it, I was like, I can't use the term playable to describe this. Alright, so, oops. So, yeah. Right, so now I'm thinking, because, like, at a certain point of the game, like, you no longer, like, coin collection, at a certain point in the game, coin collection is going to become trivial. And at that point, like, I mean, the coin system was only meant to be, like, the introduction to the game, so I'm thinking I should probably introduce, like, at a certain point, there should be a mob type who poses, like, inherent threat. Not just, like, a mob who poses threat by carrying an explosive coin, or explosive cookie, or whatever you want to call it, but a mob who is itself, like, inherently dangerous. Hmm. Maybe, like, I don't really want to. I don't really want to overload the player in terms of like what they have to look for at any given time. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll like represent the other mob like distinctly visually. Like maybe it'll be a different shape or a different tone or something. But I think I don't actually want to add anything like so yeah. Instead of talking about what I want to, I guess I'll just say I'm thinking maybe like this new mob type might always fetch explosive cookies, so it's highly advantageous to you'll kind of you'll kind of naturally gravitate towards these targets just because like the players will tend to naturally gravitate towards the high risk targets, and the high risk targets are the ones carrying the explosive cookies. But I guess like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop the simulation because that's clearly ridiculous. What should I do about that though? it's not immediately obvious to me. I mean, I know the gist is that, like, limit it somehow. Um, uh, yeah, I'm just trying to think about, like, what's going to be what's going to be, like, the cleanest delimiter, or, like, the one that keeps the game, like, I don't want to make it so that modifiers, like, stop being relevant at a certain point. So how do I mean, I kind of have to use the multiplier modifiers frugally, because, like, those ones have very clear units. Like, when you add a multiplier to your hero, you get an ally. When you add a multiplier to dash, you get an extra dash. So in order to regulate those, I think I'll actually just have to scale the frequency with which they occur. Like at a certain point, those will just spawn less and less often. For things like power, I don't know. I don't. Sorry. I don't know if I ever necessarily want an ability to be like a one-hit kill. And hypothetically, power is the amount of knockback applied by an ability, which also affects the health system. So, I'm thinking for power, I might want to figure out what is the cap on a given ability. So, like, for example, well, I'll have to change dash. Currently, no. Sorry, with dash, like, all the power gets applied at the end. So if you have, like, a huge amount of multiplicity to it, then you have, like, a huge boom at the end. But that's okay. I can balance around that, because the real advantage to having a high multiplicity on dash isn't even the pop at the end. The pop at the end is a nice bonus, but the real advantage to it is having a huge amount of like, extra sweep. The more you're dashing, the more you're picking up like, mobs as you go, and that's just inherently powerful unto itself. So yeah, so I'm thinking for like strength, I'll probably just want to make it so that nothing ever quite becomes a one-hit kill, or if it does, like, you really have to work for it, because, like, the difference between that just seems like a sensible place to like, apply some sort of delimiter. I don't know. I might change it. I might not. Maybe one hit kills will just be, like, a natural consequence of the power modification system, and it'll be something that I adapt the game to accommodate. Yeah, a lot of this is balance stuff, which I keep telling myself I'll start tackling as soon as I come up with Path 3. But, like, if I don't come up with Path 3, like, I need to come up with Path 3. I guess is my point. I guess I don't know. I could, like, spend brainstorming time, like, on camera. I convinced myself that that's not going to be super fascinating, so I tell myself I should do that off camera. I kind of do it in my spare too, like, when I'm bored and my mind starts to wander. That's how I come up with, like, most of this stuff. So I guess I won't press it. Will I? Time will tell. So right, okay, so how about then for speed? Speed? Speed might be like strength in that... Well, speed modifiers are actually already multiplicative, so speed might actually be fine how it is. We might not have to impose, like, another adjustment to how speed works. Like it might just be balanced unto itself right now. I don't know. We'll see. Again, like that speed isn't the one that worries me the most. And I guess range, I'm going overboard with in a few places. In range, like on I always put range on my hero because it turns the hero's attack from a single target attack to an area of effect attack, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably just scaling it up too fast. So I'm pretty sure I have a dial for that, and I should probably just like tune down that dial. Yeah, it's right here. Hero range radius scale. So it was at 0.2, and that was too much, so I put it down to 0.12 or 0.12. So I'm going to put it down to like 0.06 or 0.07 because it gets out of hand fast. What else might I want to change? Oh, that text at the top of the screen is probably like terribly unreadable. I'm just gonna move it down here because it's probably not very readable here either. But oh wait, no, I can edit the text color. This shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna make it like a light orange color, I guess, or light orange. Oh wait, no, I guess it'd have to be like, I don't know if that's readable. Wait, I can check because I have another screen. Anyways, sorry. Right, so yeah, I'm tempted to start with strength just because that's the one that I think will probably need to get. That's the one that scares me the most. Although now that I think about it, range and speed are dangerous. Like those things, they're really they're all gonna conspire to get out of hand. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to run the simulation again and get it. Okay, hold on. Let's crank up the simulation so we get basically like skip straight to the end game. We can do that by setting the mob spawn down to 0.01. So mobs will just flood the board. I'm going to spawn a bunch of allies. Yeah, I'm basically going to like reconstruct that case that we had been in just a short time ago. Oh wait, actually I'm going to put pip count super high, just so that we don't have to worry about the game ending. It'll just continue to run. So right, I'm going to spawn like 10 allies. Oh wait, that was 9 allies. Like 10 allies or so, and then yeah, let's just manually adjust those values to see like how much is too much really. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna do this using the buttons, I guess. And that's just so that because we have different scalars for how the no, I can worry about the ally and hero scaling later separately. All right, so yeah, let's see what values now make this like out of control. Like, I mean, I guess I should have just looked that other time that we had it out of control, but let's see if we can reproduce that. So strength. Increments by how much? By 0.03. So like it starts at 12. Like what if it was? Nah, you know what? I'm gonna use the buttons for starters. So I was stacking a lot onto the hero. I won't put more multiplicity. I have 10 10 allies, and I'm curious to see how that number works, especially. But yeah, let's put a lot of other things onto the hero just to try and get back to that state. And we did scale down the radius, so it won't be quite as it'll take slightly longer than it did before to get immensely powerful. I try not to get I try to like downplay, or not downplay. I try and avoid like having too many similarities between the way this game plays and the way my previous game Grav plays. But yeah, I've really made them into very similar games. Part of that is because it's a very like it's like a pacing of the game that's, you know, reasonable to implement and effective for for how much effort it takes. And these were both supposed to be very short projects, although this project is taking me longer than I had anticipated it. All right, so clearly at these values, we're not really in jeopardy anymore. So I wonder if pulling down the detonation timer is going to have an impact there, or if it, I mean, we might just be really just like clear cutting so fast that we you know, there's no threat posed to us. The inside radius is the detonation radius is 5 right now, and I can't go much higher than 5, because if I go much higher than 5, then not everything will fit on the screen. Like it'd be cheap to have like a one of these explosive devices detonate off screen, because yeah, that's awful. That's not fun. I think I could do 7 though. I'm pretty sure 7 is still on screen. I mean, it might be more. It might be as high as like 10 would still be on screen, but yeah. Maybe I should just cut power 3, because clearly balance is going to take a lot. Balance is going to take a lot. Oh, do we? All right. Oh, we actually did. One of them actually exploded. All right, so we're not literally invincible at this point. So yeah, detonation radius of 7 I think is probably okay, because the inner radius is still 3. So even though the bombs start ticking at 7, oh yeah, so actually we can the detonation radius could be slightly. No, I'm not even gonna. If I want to toy with how detonation works, more so than if I want to scale up the risk of detonation, I'm not going to actually put detonation radius off screen, because that's just by having detonation radius off screen leaves the even if it's a bizarre possibility, it's still like a possibility to have an explosion detonate that you never even saw. So no, if I want to scale that further at a certain point, I'll just toy with detonation duration. So what if the detonation duration? We only lost 1 point, and we weren't using any of our other abilities too. So yeah. Anyways, so what if detonation duration was 3? Are we in jeopardy then? We have fewer max mobs than we had before. Another thing we can do is increase mob speed, the rate at which the mobs move, because then that would effectively increase the rate at which cookies spawn. Oh, yeah, no. Well, let's see what that does. So mob speed is it's always been 2, but what if it was like 6? Yeah. We're gonna. I feel like. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're definitely in jeopardy then. But that's also like absurd in a lot of ways. So for one thing, if we were going to increase the speed that high, we would also want to